I don't want a whole coronation, just a coronet. Am I trustworthy? No. Oh, the music is... Oh, I'm in a sleep. Oh. Yeah.
Did you ever feel as if you've been left out?
Alone, in the rain.
It really hurts. When no one understands that you'd do a good job if you had a chance.
Because you probably wouldn't.
That you'd make good. You feel pretty low when you've been left out.
Lower in a snake's belly in a wagon rut.
And this is his story. A story about the importance of trustworthiness.
The Eddie Johnson story, coming soon to the Lifetime Network. I like the wood duck hairstyle. I think that's very forward-looking.
Well, hi, Eddie.
You got that money you owe us?
What are you doing?
Well, you're kind of late, and Mother was counting on you fixing this lamp, so I thought I'd better do it.
Since we can't trust you.
Is anything wrong, son?
No.
I'm just not trustworthy is all.
Come on, you can trust me with your troubles, can't you, Eddie?
Oh, sure, rub it in.
Why does everybody keep talking about trusting people? They elected Bob the treasurer of our club because he was trustworthy. And me?
Well...
They put me on the cleanup committee.
I think that means he's a hitman
I
now.
Stolen their money.
Much.
What's all this about being trustworthy?
Wait a minute. It can't be that bad. Let's start from the beginning.
Let's start at the very beginning.
I've been in our hobby club for about 3 years now. And I wanted to be treasurer. I should have been, too. But at our meeting today...
We take you live now to that meeting.
This is Eddie Johnson's story.
A story old as
A boy
time.
who had his heart set on being treasurer of his club.
And 2 mischievous raccoons.
Of course, there wasn't any real reason for Eddie to be elected.
He's worthless.
Like most of us, he just hoped.
Hoped his competition would mysteriously disappear.
But whose name do you think they thought of first?
Jim Small?
Bob West, one of Eddie's best friends.
He shall live.
Jim Small was nominated too.
Ah, I knew it.
And Mary Burns.
Oh no, that's just her nickname.
But Eddie?
Who?
Well, no one even thought to mention Eddie.
In fact, they thought
And
not
you
to.
can't nominate yourself, even when you want the job.
For which you have no
So
qualifications.
before Eddie knew it, the nominations were closed.
The lawsuits began.
And when the voting was over, Bob had won.
Due to his mob ties.
They said he was elected because he was so trustworthy.
That's a lie.
Why should they think of Bob as trustworthy and not Eddie?
Maybe because Eddie's a hitman.
Well, I'm not going to do any work in the cleanup committee.
A lazy
Why should they
hitman,
say
but
he's
still.
Trustworthy, Dad? What's being trustworthy got to do with being a treasurer?
What's love got to do with it?
A treasurer certainly must be trustworthy,
Unlike your mother.
but being trustworthy is pretty important to all of us in almost everything we do.
Except marine
If you
biologists.
think of the things you do every day,
Cocaine?
I'm sure you'll see the important part that trustworthiness plays in helping us to get along with others.
Like your 2-timing mother.
Take school, for example.
Please.
We all depend on teachers to fulfill their trust to the parents and all the boys and girls to do a good job of teaching.
I'm just kidding. They're underpaid
Girls must
babysitters.
trust with their teachers to prepare their lessons every day.
So that you little punks can ignore them.
Trustworthiness is important at school. And what about trustworthiness with your friends?
If you had any, I
You're
mean.
going to lend something when you can trust a friend to return it. And your friends trust you to take good care of the things you borrow.
Ha ha,
Be
suckers.
trustworthy with your friends.
Thanks for the 10 spot. You'll live another day.
And how about trustworthiness with the different groups of people you meet
When you're
all
walking
around
down the street.
you trust the man in the store
To rip you
sell
off.
you fresh things.
He
of
doesn't
good
even work
quality.
there. He just brought an
And to deal
apron
with
from
everyone
home.
honestly and fairly. That helps us all to live together well, doesn't it?
I don't altogether agree, Dad.
Trustworthiness with groups is important too.
The way Charlie Brown trusts Lucy with the
Even in
football.
the home, trustworthiness makes it easier to get along.
But I've never taken anything that I shouldn't have.
Except
Or robbed
cocaine.
anyone.
Or killed anyone.
Trustworthy.
Except for that guy I killed and robbed for his cocaine.
I've always noticed that people have to show they can be trusted with Little things.
Like learning their
before they can be
dialogue.
big things. Just like, well, doing what you say you will.
Hint, hint.
Like fixing the lamp for him?
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding.
fixing a lamp, for instance.
You know, Dad,
I'm gonna wallop you with this
come to
lamp.
think of it, Bob is a good choice for treasurer. I can see where he has proved his trustworthiness. I was just remembering.
We go now live to Eddie's memory.
Remembering that Bob shows he can
Not
be trusted
tells.
to do little things. You can always be sure, for example, that when he says he'll prepare
Hey,
a
Bob,
class
we're gonna take you
report,
out back
he'll
and
stick
paddle
to it
you.
and do a good job, even when it might be more fun to do something else.
In other words, always.
That's not a very big thing, but it has helped make Bob known for being trustworthy.
It's actually the only way I judge the morality of a
At
person.
the charge-out desk, Bob helps out at regular times.
And sometimes
And
irregular
always remembers
times.
to be on the job when he's supposed to. Well, being on time may seem a little thing, too. But it's another important way to show that you're trustworthy. And everybody knows that Bob has had experience handling money and keeping accounts.
After all, he's the one who sold the cocaine to Eddie.
He can do the job. Yes, all these little things have given Bob a reputation for always keeping whatever trust he accepts.
Which is none, because Bob hates people.
People do trust Bob.
But Bob doesn't
He
trust
deserves to be
people.
treasurer, all right. But how can I learn to be trustworthy, too?
Well, by showing that he could be trusted in little things,
A thong,
Bob was trusted in big things, too.
a 747.
That's the way.
That's what I'm going to do. I guess being trustworthy is pretty important. And I'm taking that job on the cleanup committee.
And shoving it.
Good, it works.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, I make it work and then you cover it. Oh, it's a lampshade. I see. Sorry.
You know, I have a lot of trusts already.
Most of them
Most
overseas.
of them little. But I never thought of them as trusts before.
I always thought of them as chains holding me down.
At home?
In the office? Trust on the highways? Stop, you're going rogue! Don't you walk away from me.
Being trustworthy includes a lot.
Green peppers,
From now
chili,
on, Eddie is going to keep trust by getting to
onions.
school on
I don't
time.
know, I just...
And he's going to prepare his lessons every day. Those are good ways to be trustworthy at school, aren't they?
No.
And think of the trust you have at home. Eddie is going to do a good job when he says he'll help with the work around the house.
I love cleaning on
And
coat.
he'll
Ooh,
make sure to take good care of all the things he's responsible for.
all the hits from the cleanup
That's
committee
the way
work.
to be trustworthy at home.
Look at him, Eddie is officially OCD
How about
now.
being trustworthy with friends?
The 90s
Well, after
TV
this,
show,
when Eddie
I
wants to
don't...
borrow something from friends, he's going to be certain they know he'll return it.
Unlike
And
my
he'll take
pin...
good
Oh,
care of
come
it.
on, give it up.
That's one way to be trustworthy with your friends.
Another way is to kill their enemies.
And what about groups? Well, Eddie has a trust with the hobby club to do his job.
It's a club for
Sometimes
fans of
teaming
Holly
up is
Hobby.
much fun.
No, they're all hobby
Why not
horse
play darts
enthusiasts.
instead? No one around, no one would know the difference.
No one will be
The cleaning
watching
could done
us.
later.
Why don't we play darts in the
What
road?
was that Dad said?
2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3
People
lefts
have
do.
to show they can be trusted with little things if they want to be trusted with big ones.
I will work up to being trusted with that elephant.
Right. From now on, Eddie can be counted on to keep his trust with groups.
But rings were another
That's the way
matter.
a good group keeps going. Each member must keep trust.
And I trust you'll write that essay for me later? Well, that is just the worst graphic I have ever seen. It's not even a chart. Maybe if I concentrate, I can make it burst into flame. Everyone stay where you are. This is a raid.
Hi, Eddie. What do you got there?
A chart on trustworthiness.
It's not a chart. It's barely a checklist.
I've been finding out how important trustworthiness really is.
And just how much I'm
Dad, You
failing.
can find it everywhere.
Psst, that's your cue.
The things you do and...
And look, Dad, here's what trustworthiness means. Here's what you have to do.
Think tall, talk tall, stand tall, and walk tall.
Do a good job. and
Don't
be on
forget a
time.
good wire rack.
That sounds very good, Eddie.
And you know, Dad, it really works. I've been offered the job at the library desk in our clubroom. That's the job Bob had before he became treasurer.
Dear diary,
Well,
today
that's how
was the
Eddie
last
Johnson
straw.
learned something about trustworthiness. And what about you? Do you always keep your trust?
Hey, don't judge me.
When you show you're trustworthy in little things, you'll be trusted with big things.
And if you show you're
And that's
trustworthy
the way
in
to
nothing,
get a
you'll be
reputation
elected
for being
president.
trustworthy.
She didn't really need to return that book. She just wanted to hang out with Trustworthy Bob. Good night, folks. Good night. This has been a production of the Audiovisual Enhancement Corporation.